You are sitting at your kitchen table, staring down at your worn gardening gloves. Your lower back is aching from yesterday's weeding, and your knees feel stiff and worn out. You desperately want to leave a thriving food legacy for your grandkids, but you secretly wonder if you even have the energy to dig it all up and start over again next spring. Does that sound familiar? If you are nodding right now, hear this. You are not running out of options. You are not alone. Most senior gardeners believe true food security means buying delicate seed packets and digging fresh rows every single year. That makes sense. It is what we are taught. But it is a temporary trap. Nature does not replant every season. It builds permanent food systems with massive, deep-set root networks. Picture a self-stocking grocery pantry right in your yard that never runs empty. Securing your family's future is far easier on your joints than you think. Today, I am going to show you 10 legacy trees you plant once to feed your family for generations. A carbohydrate powerhouse that replaces grain, an evergreen keystone that can live for 5 centuries, and a mystery tree that survives on rainfall alone while it shields your yard from wildfire. Quick note, talk to a certified arborist or your local extension agent before planting anything large on your property. And if your joints give you trouble, get a hand with the digging. Let us reclaim your yard. Tree number 1, the fig tree. Waiting years for a harvest can feel discouraging, especially when every single season matters. The fig breaks the usual waiting game, rewarding your patience with a heavy yield of sweet fruit by its very second year. It is remarkably resilient and thrives even in rocky ground. Let us plant one together right now. Grab your young potted fig tree. Slide the root ball out gently. 2. Massage the bottom roots so they spread flat like a pancake. Place it in a shallow dip, exactly level with the yard. By next month, you will see bright green leaves popping out. That is your proof it has settled in and begun establishing itself. If bending down pinches your lower back, here is your modification. Plant it in a large container on wheels at waist height. For many gardeners, it can be an excellent alternative that makes harvesting and pruning much easier. Before tree number 2, if you want more joint-saving tips, hit subscribe and give this a thumbs up. It helps me keep showing up for you. Tree number 2, the ever-bearing mulberry. Now, let us look at tree number 2, the ever-bearing mulberry. If dragging heavy ladders out to pick fruit makes you feel unsteady or worried about falling, you are certainly not alone. The mulberry is your solution. It grows fast and gives you a massive harvest of berries every single summer, within 3 years, far more than most families could ever enjoy fresh. Here is a secret nobody tells you. You will almost never find these in grocery stores, because they are simply too delicate to survive shipping. Let us trim a low branch together right now to keep the fruit at chest height. Grab your hand pruners. Grip the handle. 2. Line up the blades just above a bud pointing outward. Squeeze until you hear a clean snap. Look at the moist green ring inside the cut. It looks just like a tiny green bullseye. That bright color is your proof the tree is healthy and actively pushing new growth toward your future harvest. If your hands are stiff or your grip is weak, here is your modification. Use a small battery-powered electric pruner. It does the cutting for you, so your fingers never have to ache. Tree number 3, the American persimmon, specifically the meter variety. Freezing winter winds could kill your plants. Deer could ruin your hard work before your grandkids ever taste the harvest. It is genuinely heartbreaking to watch a plant you love wither away after a hard frost. The meter persimmon is your winter survival champion. It shrugs off freezing temperatures down to -20 degrees and produces a harvest so abundant it can fill multiple wheelbarrows with sweet fruit late in autumn, just when the rest of your garden is winding down. Best of all, it is self-fruitful, so a single tree can provide an abundant harvest without needing a second tree nearby for pollination. Let us protect its young trunk from winter bark cracks right now. Grab a can of standard white latex paint and a paintbrush. Dip your brush lightly into the paint. 2. Press the bristles against the south-facing side of the lower trunk. Stroke cleanly upward from the soil line. Look at that bright white coating. It fits the tree just like a long white sock. That clean shield is your visual proof that the winter sun will reflect away from the bark, helping reduce the risk of damaging temperature swings. If holding a paintbrush makes your fingers cramp or feel stiff, here is your modification. Snap a pre-made white plastic spiral tree guard around the lower trunk instead. It shields the bark in seconds, with almost no grip strength required. Tree number 4, the Chinese chestnut. Tree number 4 is the Chinese chestnut, which old-timers often called the bread tree. Hungry deer could wipe out your hard work. The thought of replacing grocery store flour could feel like too much to take on. Few things are more discouraging than watching wildlife destroy a plant you have cared for overnight. The Chinese chestnut is your permanent carbohydrate solution. It produces a generous annual harvest of sweet nuts that can be dried and ground into shelf-stable flour. Better still, this particular species is naturally far more resistant to chestnut blight than the American chestnuts that were devastated across much of North America. History reminds us just how valuable this tree can be. For centuries, mountain communities across parts of Europe relied heavily on chestnuts as one of their primary winter foods when grain harvests were poor or failed altogether. Let us protect your young sapling from backyard pests right now. Grab a 5-foot plastic grow tube. Slide the hollow tube carefully over the top of your young tree. Press the bottom edge about an inch into the soil. Place a wooden stake beside the tube and secure it with a zip tie. Look at that clear protective tube. It wraps around your sapling like a miniature greenhouse. That simple barrier is your proof that rabbits and deer are far less likely to damage the tender bark while the tree establishes itself. If swinging a mallet hurts your shoulders, here is your modification. Wrap lightweight wire mesh around the trunk instead, and anchor it with a couple of heavy landscape stones. It provides excellent protection without the need for hammering. Tree number 5. The pecan. A remarkable tree capable of feeding families for generations. One mistake catches almost everyone: planting only one tree. Many pecan varieties cannot reliably pollinate themselves. The solution is simple. Plant a compatible Type 1 and Type 2 pecan within roughly 50 feet of one another, so wind can carry pollen between them. Instead of wrestling with a heavy tape measure, let us use something almost every gardener already owns. Lay the brass end of a garden hose where your first tree will stand. Now slowly walk across the lawn while unrolling the hose. When you reach the end of the hose, place a garden trowel on the ground. Look back. That long green line, stretching across the grass like a tightrope, is your visual proof the trees are close enough to pollinate each other successfully. If walking across uneven ground bothers your knees, here is your modification. Stand on a smooth pathway or porch and estimate the spacing by counting about 20 long paces. Tree number 6. The English walnut. Many gardeners discover too late that walnut trees quietly influence the plants growing around them. Some nearby flowers and vegetables may struggle because walnut trees naturally produce a compound called juglone. Watching healthy plants slowly decline because of something happening underground can be incredibly frustrating. The English walnut rewards careful planning with abundant crops of rich, nutritious nuts for decades, and often much longer. Let us map out a safe planting zone together. 3. Stand where you would like your walnut tree to grow. 2. Walk roughly 20 large strides toward your vegetable garden. 1. Place a bright tennis ball on the grass. That bright yellow marker stands out like a little caution sign. It gives you an easy visual reminder to leave generous space between your walnut tree and plants that may be sensitive to juglone. Keep in mind that the exact distance can vary depending on the tree's size, soil conditions, and the plants you are growing, so use this as a practical guideline rather than a strict rule. If walking across uneven grass makes your hips ache, here is your modification. Stay comfortably on your porch and estimate the distance using nearby landscape features, such as fence posts or paving sections. Before we move on, tell me in the comments below, what city are you watching from? Tree number 7. The apple tree. Watering trees through every dry spell is exhausting, and watching fruit shrivel on the branch can be even more discouraging. That feeling of helplessness when the summer heat settles over your garden is something many gardeners know well. One of the biggest secrets to a resilient apple tree is choosing the right rootstock. A vigorous, deep-rooting rootstock helps the tree make better use of available moisture, improving its resilience during dry periods while supporting healthy growth. Before planting, let us make sure you have a suitable location. Dig a small hole about 1 foot deep. Fill it completely with water. Now simply watch how quickly the water disappears. Look closely at the bottom of the hole. The water should drain steadily, instead of lingering as a dark, soupy puddle. That tells you your soil has the drainage needed to greatly reduce the risk of damaging root rot. If digging makes your back ache, here is your modification. After the next heavy rain, simply observe your yard. Areas that drain within a few hours and become firm again are often excellent candidates for planting. Tree number 8. The carob tree. Blistering summer droughts can ruin crops. Wildfires can threaten homes with little warning. Living with that uncertainty can be exhausting. The carob is one of nature's most resilient survival trees. Once established, its extensive root system can reach remarkable depths in search of groundwater, allowing it to thrive with very little supplemental irrigation in suitable climates. Its thick, corky bark also provides impressive resistance to heat, making it a valuable tree in fire-prone landscapes. Let us install a deep watering system that works with nature. 3. Place an unglazed clayola beside your young tree. 2. Fill it completely with water. 1. Seal it with its lid. Notice the surface of the soil. It stays light and dry, while moisture slowly moves underground to the roots. That gentle underground watering is your visual proof that very little water is being lost through evaporation. If burying an olla strains your wrists or fingers, here is your modification. Spread a thick layer of natural wood chip mulch over the root zone. It helps conserve moisture while gradually improving the soil. Tree number 9 is the olive tree. Cooking oil continues to become more expensive, and many people worry about keeping shelf-stable foods on hand during emergencies. That lingering uncertainty is difficult to ignore. The olive has been helping families do exactly that for centuries. It can live for hundreds of years, produces nutrient-rich oil that stores exceptionally well, and thrives in climates where many fruit trees struggle. Pause for a moment and think about that. Across the Mediterranean, some ancient olive trees are estimated to be well over 1,000 years old. Kingdoms have risen and fallen around them, yet they continue producing harvest after harvest, quietly connecting generation after generation. Let us test a ripe olive together. 3. Place a dark olive between your fingers. 2. Press gently, but firmly. 1. Look closely at your fingertips. That golden sheen catching the sunlight is your proof that your tree is producing one of the world's oldest and most valuable foods. If pressing olives hurts your hands, here is your modification. A small countertop hand crank press can do nearly all the work for you while placing very little strain on your joints. Tree number 10 is the timeless oak tree. This is the ultimate plant and forget keystone of a long-lived food forest. Some oaks can live for centuries, quietly supporting wildlife, enriching the soil, and producing remarkable harvests of acorns year after year. Perhaps your greatest hope is knowing your family will still have something dependable long after you are gone. A mature oak can produce an astonishing abundance of starch-rich acorns in a productive season, creating an overlooked source of nutritious flour once the tannins have been properly removed. Let us begin that process together. 3. Place a shelled acorn into a clear jar filled with cold water. 2. Stir gently. 1. Look closely. As the water slowly turns the color of weak tea, you are watching the bitter tannins leave the acorn. That simple color change is your proof that the process is working. If lifting heavy buckets or constantly changing soaking water hurts your back or wrists, here is your modification. Soak your shelled acorns inside a 5-gallon bucket, fitted with a simple plastic spigot near the bottom. Instead of lifting the bucket every day, you simply drain the dark water through the valve and refill it with fresh water, using a lightweight pitcher. It saves your joints while accomplishing the very same goal. Before we wrap up, there is one final lesson that quietly strengthens everything we have covered today. I call it the clean compost shield. After putting so much care into building healthy soil, the last thing any gardener wants is to accidentally slow the very plants they are trying to grow. One mistake catches even experienced gardeners off guard. Fresh walnut leaves, husks, roots, and other debris from juglone-producing trees contain a natural compound that can temporarily suppress or stunt certain sensitive plants if those materials have not fully decomposed before being incorporated into the garden. The solution is wonderfully simple. Keep fresh walnut debris in its own compost pile or aging area, rather than mixing it immediately into your regular garden compost. Then, give nature time to do what it does best. As the months pass, the pile will gradually darken until the leaves become rich, black, and crumbly, almost like chocolate cake. That transformation is your visual reminder that decomposition has done its work, and the material is far safer to return to the garden. Now think back to where we started, a gardener sitting at the kitchen table, wondering if there was enough strength left to build something that would truly last. The truth is, a legacy is almost never built in a single afternoon. It begins with one decision, one hole in the ground, one young tree. Years from now, your children may gather beneath its branches. Your grandchildren may fill baskets with its fruit. Someone you may never even meet could one day enjoy its shade or harvest because you chose to plant it today. That is what a living food legacy looks like. Not perfection, not endless hard work. Just one thoughtful choice that keeps giving long after the planting is finished. So don't feel like you have to plant all 10 trees. Choose the one that fits your yard. Plant it this weekend. Watch it carefully. Then come back and tell us how it's growing. If you enjoyed spending this time together, I'd love to have you back for the next garden. Until then, take care of your soil, and your soil will take care of you.